Nonsiabo Ghana this year mamunyina jubie mama kwa ba sumdie peace 104.3 na wasugu so utie braso sense ma yensa toso na se mu faje braso ne so na nwumire ye de beso mo se kasiepo ense be se twan ho neat 100.9 okay 101.7 ship house and crying abeka junction na yeso mo afiri kopie mu e wasante mantemu a yenuanom hello Kasibu Ukremo na 101.5 radio stations ni Dawson Ghana ena mono ni wonyine ebo ma Kasibu yi ebi edu aboboano na Kasibu anwumre yi yede ebeso mo ne temu mienu mono tia no yanka nso da eni nsem bi otodwa na watwi mu yesi nikoso na yesa yaka kan ho ya to ni din 20 na 74 Ghana this week na nsem bi ebetodwa anwumre die bi emuse
Celeron wono ede minister yate se wono ehye akwan na fewiamhyen adwumadie so abo regional maritime university abaso papa passe wiase afana nyina eye maritime policies ahodo omo eye no womo abom homodin ewomu
Ghana mampanyin abedi ekire professor Jane na opoku agima akirem ejise yahodo na abani de egu apono so ode ba behwede abo na suapon mu adusua afa ne ntoma padie fra
Headmaster wono ewo Asamanka se SDA Basic School so ade adesrede ato aban nanim se wo mo hia edan ni bi se de be ya mofra abo apeso wo school mu ho nyina no eto ebetwa
wona wonam se bo kwan so na wo bunua ewa hafumanta mu kokokwafo chirim se ha omudwumadie panti o sraban se aban no hwe na wonfa ne nan ensim wani sem bia betodwa anwumre ka se boyi emu na sem so todwa na wotwi mu ne editi ato ne din 20 na 74 Ghana this week ebi ene se Ghana mampani wura John Dramani Mahama ejina so na woda to yasi mpanifo nyina anim se yenhwe hu ne se ne so di hu na yewo se yede bebo mmofra enuro ene mpane na etimabo won ho ban no yebehye mu kenana awie peyo
na ochi mu ena Eswatini mampanyi na je se wo hene a wo ho no eye Ken Swati otoso miensa eba aprobo ode nanan ebesra Ghana ne no ena o mampanyi ma na kwaba
Atena ya hodo a yehwe ne de akekere oman no Professor Jane na opoku agima na wotwum kasa di tudwa se yenhye mu kena
na Vice President Professor Jane na opoku agima so akasa se wo mo wo mu di nrubone ho dwa no wo mo aye krado so metu wo mo so esa
na watchikro ya mu na Ghana mampanya be de ekire kasa di tudwa se hu behia se yetimi se makina no wonso wotimi tumpon e wabrabo mu
na suspended Chief Justice Gertrude Toko no se wono na asem no a wo hwe momadi no so obehwe ma prepare your aba on resign ochina
na no ana na watchi mu krata afiro mampanya na kachi pie monten se Chief Justice ho sansem na nya de ya monyosem de biara da
na former Deputy Attorney General so akasa ediafa Chief Justice ne nsem no awodi atudwa no eho
na Chief Justice nsensem ano na watchi mu Mensia Sao tumrase bedwani kasa de fa ho chirim se kwan a Ghana nam so de Chief Justice fa so no ntwa yie
Dom kuma banu deni honorable afenyo makenso akasa ediafa holiday nsensem eho ya chesesa kira ya wo mo aye ewo mrahye bedwafie na
watchi mu owura Felix kwachofo su kasa di tudwa se abanensa kesika be 4 billion gold ball jumadie eboa
na health committee womo ewo mrahye bedwafie so akasa se Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwife Association womo ehaw anase niemo mpesa aban nya womma womo no aban na ekrado so obehwe aye emawomo
wayi ne nsem bi otodwa na watwi mu ne ditie ene yesini koso ye kaka ye ho ayato ne din 20 na 74 Ghana this week 20 na eye adura ni padua no ehia wo yare anumbi wo nyare nso anumbi beboa na enkwame wo ni padua no no ahyemuke na yare bia mba mbekra wo da ansa na kuwo 20 na 74 ba kidney infection na meka fo 20 na 74 edi amount hepatitis B and C esro 20 na 74 papa oba ko fitia no fie jadum meka fo 20 na 74 edi amount endemu yare wa hodo STDs no 20 na 74 na numbi wo kwa anom oba anom fa bo ho ban che endemu yare bia ni ho no mo ebetima ba beso so de biara da emaya recognize white and so de ipua ha adwen se ne kun so ya wo anya dupa bi ti se 20 na 74 no mo a ebe ha papa wo na oboso ehini chest pain 20 na 74 ebe boa wo high blood pressure and high blood sugar no me se me kan fo 20 na 74 da ma ko pebi na no nom na sa kwa resabia ho no we be na kwa run test doctor be ka say o pressure no e da fombo ko sa chede nante o ka sen kefro no mu bare ya na no den 20 na 74 aso wanu bia na se da bi dia wadru eno no osa no ya papa wa hwebe ma wo so ate abe o se nkofo no yare ni bia pepper soup untimi ni bi na mpese wakwa we enam amaku wo ho pe 2074 na no obe hunu se osa na se betu ama ho to atumi aba ekuro beda ho ache ntimi nko uhia 2074 mama prostate mu hawa hodo 2074 liver infection fatigue and chronic cough nyina no hia 2074 beboa na yisa wo hawo nyina firi ho ma pomodin pa wonso nsa atimi aka me bowura pharmacy herbal shop chemical shop Ghana for na nyina 2074 twanitia wo se wo peti 74 wonsa betimi aka be we na dwumaku eso yasene se nsem bi otodwa na watwi mu no yensan ensi ne koso na yenkaka ye ho akenkanfo me Sadat Muhammad Mene
Mame akosia etonam
afei ensem no munchire mu enie Jumadie sunku bi abaso ewo kwame nkomasu apomu ewo asante mantemu edi ode toso and special congregation ceremony na we ni ne toso aduonum enwotwe adwumadie wahwe na wode asese so ewo suaponu mu empenifo gina so eton sade frɛ Ghana mampenya be de akire Professor Jane na opoku agima ma ode na nimonyam kopie mu ewo dwumadie ase bi prof kasem na wo kire mu sɛ abane de nhyehyɛ pa agu apono so hwɛ ne mu suapomu adusua ebefa ne ntoma pa die fra ne titiri woni ne yɛfɛ ne hwehwɛmu no research no prof ese gina so de tudwa sɛ ene wo hwɛ wona wo master of philosophy ene doctor of philosophy dodo na otimoti mesua de wi a wapie mu onte se koba san so de na edi adanse ye se ne Ghana ye nipa dodo na ba hwehwemu omunim de omu beboa na Ghana no tete ne nkanko no atumi afa ne ntoma pa edi afra professor gina so de to faculty penifo anim ena suapon mu adusuafo anim se wo ye won hwehwemu wi na befiri we ba bia no won hwehunu so be ma aban ensa ka bie enwumaku ahodon so be ma won sa atumi aka bie na obetima fa won hwehwemu no so de akekere oman ye na atumi anya nan pa atumi agina so professor mekọ ye nkọ no kwa national research foto no so no brano ban be hwe no de sika tum na tumi aboma hwehwe mu adusuafo wo ye no atumi afa ne ntoma pa edi afira ne kwakura mu na prof say echiche ya hodo aban de gu apono so na wo hwe de aboa na suapom adusua atumi afa ne ntoma pa edi afira no mu baako ene say abofra bi obewie school to aso senior high school no be so okosuapon no first year no aban afa ho kwa eye free.
Government commits to creating a sustained resource base to support research. This same commitment motivated the NDC government in 2016, when I was in the Ministry for Education, to begin setting up the National Research Fund. After much debate, the bill was passed by Parliament as a National Research Fund Act. This government is once again committed to making the fund operational, and as a result, has set up the National Research Fund Board and its secretariat with an initial amount of 50 million Ghana cedis from the GET Fund. Government continues to introduce funding models that enhance access to quality education. One is the no feels stress policy through first-year students in public institutions to be exempted from paying academic-related fees.
Ghana mampenya be de Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agimai nene ena etwagu yi prof ka se no asante kotoko hene na se tutu oba bi onso ka se bi ode to edusuafo ni nyina anim se edusuo ni de wawie afi ne opie monten so ne okosua school ni won hwe hunu so ode be adwuma na wo man no enya won so mfa so.
It's a moment of culmination, a celebration of effort, sacrifice, growth, and transformation. It is also a moment of transition as you leave behind lecture halls, group discussions, and deadlines and step forward into the world beyond these gates, eager, prepared, and hopeful. Your path here has not been easy. There were long nights, tough assignments, unexpected challenges, and for many of you, moments when giving up may have seemed easier than going on. Sure. But you didn't give up. You adapted, you persevered, and here you are. You proved yourself and the world that you have what it takes, not only to dream, but to do. And that is what this degree represents. As your Chancellor, it is my great privilege to congratulate each and every one of you for reaching this milestone. Today, you do not just graduate with degrees, you graduate with experience, resilience, vision, and the promise of something more.
Asante kotoko hene na se tutu ababiu nene ena etwagu na naka se akire no Eswati hene Ken Mswati the third. One so ka se no de to disuafo nanim se no okosua wo school ne kakra mpo no wo pie mu onten so na fe no obese o hawa akese ba nyina mu no eno ho adisua eno akosua wo school no to won hwe hu ne se wo de be adwuma wo monten so o ma ne nya won so mfaso na wabusua so enya won so mfaso bi.
As you step beyond this day, remember that the world you are entering is one of rapid change and boundless opportunity. The challenges you will face, be it in science, technology, health, the environment, society, or other sectors, will be indeed complex. But so too are the solutions you are equipped and empowered to create from the knowledge you have acquired here. Your education has prepared you not just to adapt to change, but to lead. The world today is all about technology and artificial intelligence. We look up to you to lead us with the new norm we are faced with.
Ken Maswati the third, Swati Hene, Nene, Ena Echegu Ye. Na Nkwakro Muno Vice Chancellor da Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology no Professor Rita Kuswa-Dixon and so Kasaya was said this for ne said ne artificial intelligence AI no and a did juma e wo wiase for na nyina to be said this for ne say no kuswa and opium want so AI won fanka ho na emwa.
AI and machine learning and so on have come to stay. Do not be left behind. Remain curious and ask the relevant questions. Do not be afraid to take the road less traveled. Pursue your passions regardless of the challenges, and remember that the greatest rewards often lie just beyond your comfort zone. Now may the grace, goodness, and mercies of God be with you as you work diligently to serve humanity. Once again, congratulations, and may the good Lord bless us all.
Professor Rita Kuswa-Dixon, who is Vice Chancellor of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, no, I was Santemantemu and Wadi and Samui Etuja, Patricia Safafisha, Namanipo, Enye.
Celeron swafo a wono ehwe kwantempon dwumadie mechire wo hwe awiemuhyen akwantuo so na afia akwanebedie ensem so Alhaji Fande Tura ya wono sanso eye chancellor na chairman woda board of governors wo regional Maritime University ano na wo di atudwa SM wo hwe suapon awodo na wo mo ebai wo mu dwumadie wo mu die no maboa pa ama eposo ehyen dwumadie no atimi afanetoma pa edi from no the sansem we atudwa ebra na wo mo ye graduation ceremony ewo nungwa ya we ene toso du enkron ena wo se wo hwe founding fathers a wo mo eboaye pa ya wo mo ma regional Maritime University ebaaye ebi ewo Cameroon ewo bi ewo the Gambia, Ghana ena Liberia ena Sierra Leone omudwumadi wo mo adi no abobaba pa ama maritime industry no atimi afaneto mapa edi afura na won so omude wo mo fantitiye mu so wo ma kire pa so se niema ne hihye ahodo a yesi wo mu aniso no wo mu atimi adi na ne kasa ye mu no en wo se school ne ba ye ne 67 years nie na so omudwumadi a wo mo aye no wo mo atimi aboa pa am maritime culture no atimi akonanim afen so kwan ya ye fa so na ye di dwumadie ewo eposo ehyen dwumadie mu en afen niema ne identity a wo mo di wo mu fam no wo mo atimi aboa pa na dwumadie no ase wo mo emma 372 students a wo mo bi mo ye mo master's degree bi mo bachelor of science degree bi mo so year diploma bi mo so enya bi ewo port and shipping administration and afen international shipping and logistics ni nyina eye ade a asuafo yi asua agi abodin krata ede afrimu.
Since the university came into being some 67 years ago, member states have viewed it and its graduates as central to the establishment of a global culture that promotes safety and environmental consciousness throughout the maritime industry. The Regional Maritime University here in Accra, Ghana is a truly global center of excellence for maritime education and other allied fields. Through education, research, and capacity building, it serves the global maritime community and is of enormous value to the sub-region in its quest to promote safe, secure, and efficient shipping on clean ocean. The influence of Regional Maritime University within today's maritime community cannot be overemphasized. Those who pass through its various programs go on to become global maritime leaders, experts, and professionals.
Onipa yetin nkan Sierra Leone wono soafo a wo hwe akoni abadie ene awiemhyɛn akwantu eso Alhaji Fande Tura na eno achi no na vice chancellor ya wono ewo Regional Maritime University ano Dr. Jethro Brooks Jr. enso ekasa ye papa ebo Republic of Liberia aban no ene wo manfo no abaso papa se wo matimi abesi abronsan a etoaso emienu ya mofra no anadisuafo no ebeda ya mechire hostel ne no ene odi ato ankrankran ena fei stakeholders ene wo mo maritime industry ni mu se wo mo nso mbebo asuapon se de be ya wo mu dwumadi wo mu die no ebetimi afa ne to mapa de afra.
Female enrollment in the seagoing programs increased to 95 students, increased to 99 students as against 35 during the 2024 academic year. Overall, the cadet regiment increased to 480 from 248 compared to last year. In view of the above, the university will want to appeal to individuals, organizations, most especially stakeholders in the maritime industry, to assist the university by constructing classrooms and hostels to accommodate our constantly increasing student population. In the meantime, we are grateful to the government and people of the Republic of Liberia for the construction of a 2-story student hostel that will be used beginning next academic year 2025-2026.
Onipa Tinken, Regional Maritime University Vice Chancellor, wono ye acting Vice Chancellor Dr. Jethro Brooks Jr. Yenia Naomi Obenewa ene dia maneboyi ebesom yen.
President Oda Asunafo North Municipal Cocoa Farmers Union ekuna no ene Nana Emmanuel Sapon na openyini wakasa ewo brano ekuo no wonhye mu afibia no no hwe na wode hyehyɛ so ase. Na ne kasa emu no ene obo aban abaso se galamse ekun enwe peyo de na so mpempenso aban de galamse ekun no kura duro no eni so dodo eni ntiri o maban no ammo na emom sese ne ha adwen pa no eye wona wonam se bu akwaso na wobu ndwe oni tumi krata ene ohwe kwa betu ahodo ewo ahafomantemu anie wode woni abo ho asafo hena gba wuram enwe se yetwa ne se yetwa so kura ye ndwe bi mfa nhyɛ na mu ene obi be kasa ya aban kwa ye eni nti woka akwa kosidian na so sese no wabu nnwa no wakwaye mu ade abafie enti wonua wokoku afuom no ade becha obewuram no na kyese dua esim ne yakwa kotwa ya budua no so ba fom no koku nnua beye ne wo ho na ayam nyina ade becha obeko wafuom no na kyese agya wareho na ne koyi mpanifo kire mu sesa aban hwe na wamfa ne yansi fom ne yekoso na ne be ha koku dwumadi papa ewo magana mu esense ku ahodo awodon no brano no ekuo ne mpanifo bere wonnua se wondue wonkoku afuom a ya to din brano kra no abrofu di sika bere koku akurafo se wodue nnua ewo na fuom na wodue duo na duo yiba benyini ne ebebu dua bese me koku afu a ene wo kire bi no di dua ba me nso mpo na makwakọ dua me koku afuom enti wo se saban ani abre se koku dwumadi opese obo ho ban a wona wo bu nnua e kwa ebretuo mo ne wo de ba fie no wo hwe na wo dwumadi wo mbra no ase ne titiriw ene wona wo wa hafomantamu
Fadodo no aye garamsi na yebo municipal assembly na mane na omo eti a ombo a principal mane ne penfom kan bi wum na omo nyina aye akuafo no moa na omo akopa mo fi odi no de emse stakeholders ni tu na mompa de aka haye pa ni yetwa no ese aban ebode wurusie nua yakuafo yi yakwaji nua ye partners me nua me yedua na de da bia mbusan se dua na idea si form na no the future anything enti ye behwa ma dua no ina obi abitwa no saa keke ene enua omtwa no enua nketo abobo ya akora timi fansia enti se saa no ba eche se di mfie nu mfie nsia bia na idea si form besa bitwa enti no me pese stakeholders no odie omu ase na yesi de mu adie no yeni nko de aka no enyina nkamu na ye mmɔ ho ban se be ye enua yedua nsa biri the future no ebe ye kama
na eno akire no na Owura Emmanuel Sapon ne odina no si ye pepe na chochorofo anase penyini a wo hwe Asunafo North Municipal Cocoa Farmers Union ku no sika so Owura Charles Apia Boama wono so kasa bie ana wo chim se brano ne ku no be ye bi diaboa na ya na wo hwe ku ahodo omuso kan bi wom na Nyankopon wadom mu sika kakra na wodo won toma bo won dia no o hwe huni se nkronkuma mu ododo ana no wo ye koku akuafo wo ho no schools obehwe no wasi bi diabo mo apomodin ate na ye obesi bi diamo mo obetu nsuo na won so anya bianom fa ko asabi obeye won hu ye nyina no obehwe na wasisi bi diamo mo se na ebe na kakra wo ma ne chechire ne nkanko no ebetima fa na pa bi na timagina so sanse nya de aban ko a ebetumi ayo
Pisoko have baby and quality sooner de ana. This year, I say, project in Yensa, and at Tony's opinion, and also dear boy. You see, teachers' quarters, our menu room. Sabe, I was a teacher for one, so being a baby, at Channel much ladia, Madisuania de Tre, at Tomia Coso. A fair SSC, GHS, our Miami, and a fair SSC cage, our a Jonasi, Dotum Jonasi, Nina Bois, Emma School, and Kuala Sebi, a wound crassiano, a Timico School, School no Banya. Obeko a man who chakwa kwalaketo on to me no more catchy.
Penya were a Sunafo North Municipal Cocoa Farmers Union, a Kunu Sikaso, Ura Charles Apia Buama, and Wadi and Samui, a Tuja, Atiawin Mohammed, Success FM, Namanibo, Enie.
Head teacher wano oda Asamanka say SDA Basic School ano wo Lower West Akim District wo Apoyamantemu Yewra Samo intim Abwaje sintim Abwaje ena wakasa en wo say wodi wani kire mu ewo Asamanka say SDA Basic School a ekamia se da bia da wo mu anya adesuafo foforo enti ama wo mu adoso papa school dan na wo ho no su esua be osisi yi no wo mu se wo mu ewo adesuafo be boro 7,000 and 700 yet say womu ewo school no mu a enye asem ko 20 zia ba bia ombeda no akwakwai ba bia wo metena na wo masua ade na akwaya ade ha adwen papa enti school no adwen ho se ida se wo meye ne se ebi mu beba anopa na ebi mu aba anwumre eno na headmaster wo ho se saa se ebi mu beba anopa bi mu beba anwumre no won de osusu se enya ade a ebeboa adesua ne adirikire ezane se emofra ne bi wo ho a wo no obekra ne maame sai me wa anopa na anopa no wonko wonu a wose wo anopo na anopa no kwadu so wonko na wone nam teacher ni hia na wose mi wa anwumre so na wo anopa de wo anopa no so anwumre so so hia na wose ai me te me kwa me anopa na ya na me banti no se abofra ne enko school a edu ba bia ya na ehon nsem no ne ka no eye den papa nti wo mo sre aban se wo mo no besi a school dan classroom ni bi enka ho se de be ya adisua 700 ewo ho no enko ba se wo mbeba apeso e ba sa wontimi cha dan ti chia no mbechie mo chem so a wo mo fi se nya ade a ebeboa school no wo de sansem we etudwa ebra na school no edi 30 years anniversary no se aban no embeye wo mo emmo esane se Asamanka se SDA Basic School adisuafo no wo mo ebre pa.
At the moment, no, enye a burden, Papa, because of the shift system na woman. Anya we be called area, ni been so about anopa. Enti no na etimi esebu yen say people teacher ratio no a little manageable. Senya no na yakase ye kan bom dia ka class ba ko pe kura betime do be 100. E bi kura so be do 80. Oba ko 400 o ma be how man. Ti people aki ani beje papa because ubenya enough time. Contact hours ni be increase. E bi try 8 hours, one school try 5 hours. Moye the same content. E mo ti etimi ye eno no e free Yenina benya enough time at their far curriculum ni mo na mani enema aye simple so amaye because we are competing with everybody the same content and we are performing meaning say enough time say the nyina enya no a enema be ko enim asen say the ebinom kura enya no ye primary ye ni school aka we municipality mo ye running anopa na area morning and afternoon shift ebonya mempa se benya do 4 ne aban so mo mra me boy ni ntimi ensi eden mo frey anopa bia okonko fofie no konsistency
na anuachi no ena PTA chairman na wonoda Asamanka SDA Basic School ano Yewra Samson Edu Esau so ekasaye ena wose nyame nim nukure nie pa sa shift system yi ya amofra ni bi kwa nopa na ekwa nwumre no obobo nsusuanso ewo so no na wose sisi ade wo mu enhia senka school no ye besi classrooms ni bebre aka ho se de be ye betimi aboa ma mofra no etimi asua ade ewo ne kwan so
mission schools na ban esusu say a mission school ntia na asori no ewo to make say was na say say mbo bebre asa bribia no wo dwin say asori no edi wosika boanti ye bre wo mpa especially SDA schools now they to other public schools no aka no a SDA ye fan nyama difficult pa Asamanka Sikroma no ana say municipality no SDA school kwa na era na shift asise say school ewo record papa enkola no etwa teacher for no so extra there enti bribia obi apese ordinary baba school SDA ye bi school for na say ye je nkwara me to better have you be a Diana Broso because of accommodation. Now, yeah, the 2 years was a way the year to me was 2 years away. I would say they won't call even over 700. And also, it's now where they are to me and for winning a good classroom as a run shift. So, system is a year to that's a Colanian the full time position. Then I can a Colabio, a cool school area, a real mission, the Quanapa, which are a in the Queria. If that's a man called Baby at the Apostle Cobolo.
Na enu achi no Yera Samson edu esel etwa so se osra ban no se won mo no homodin ase parent teachers association wo mu dwumadi a wo mu edi e wo school no mo wo mo ebesan so amomadi dwuma se de dada no omoye no no na wo se wo hwe PTA wo mo ayekraro se schools ahodo no wo mu hia mo antika wo fo no betimi abibi e de aboa school no
Can be a chum na PTA and then ya jina de bois project bia ecoso school na bi a chum na ban ahureba senko na omom prinso say yaji PTA dues ade na ya ngasa PTA na ofo na yaji atum enti e besa say aban onyi ne sampion no man yakonya say ya yaji atum say betua PTA dues na ya de aboa that de bi kura ya edi anim kura no de okoji PTA dues ana say education directorate no pese omo chat say aban ya chum aban ma ho kwan but na de ya ofo na ngasa yaji tum say betua PTA dues ya de aboa say aban say wa school fees bibia free and just say bibia e free sa aban aka but nye bring na school bi so hia edan a no dey aboa school makoso aban betumi aye enti petetetetete you trap PTA dues because in schools na ebi no dey si for akasa any abrosan dey aboa school man ko ni enti basic schools so dey wonyai na yengi PTA dues no dan dey do bia aban ba mu say yengi ase yengi nti awofo no bi agina so empese wotua
Asamanka SDA Basic School PTA Chairman Yera Samson Edu Esel Yenua Michael Akrofi enetro amaniboyi ede besom yen
Awie kasebo yebabo no ede ebesom na ha ena mo no chia wo ne kan so da na yedisie ye ba ne eto dwan na wotwe mu ne editie no ya to ne din 2074 Ghana this week no ye de etoaso ede asomo na kwema boaten ablekuma central din die nie Osi JD amwe ye pacho papa ba ne de tuma o se Ghana hia mpuntu ne nkan konye chief justice nti jama me no na wonye tuma enchia nkoma Urumanyafo Charles wotin oti assistant secretary hope for NPP Greater Accra region na kwa mo boaten wodi enie mensa magidi di filbechem Toronto osi NPP for top to bottom decision na ma take no mo ankasa mo party for kwa confuse mo na mo party kwa na mo hu manage e na mo bepe Ghana age boy ene na nkanye kurum ha osi mo hwe amamuo pa JD am ode hyehyɛ so mo ntina kire bɔkɔ na mo hwe ne no na beboa mo na emo mo am confusion ija amaseto mo party na mo ntimi nso ano no munjai na mo hwe no nka na munya aban no na won kekere o man se na Ghana for pen wo si enchankoma MD Christian Mines honorable Isaac Dawuda dodo na nim se efe Uluman Asutifi South constituency Azeman Edifrazeman Ventures Chronom so oni dwadi bia na di hwe ni mu si asedapa na nkoma Ghana mampanyiro ra John Dramani Mahama na bosume kakra mponi hwese na economy na si ayefe hwese na economy na si aye akono asenchenam na Ghana for hwe ni mu se ne galamse dwumadie no nim se ndi chebi ebetofom se ya bam ama kwerebetuo ne nsuo ne asase ne so atimi aye kama ewo ma Ghana mu Azeman Ventures say Ghana mampanyiro yi aseda na enko enfama wo Masawood enso die nie odi free Kumase Bantama se Ghana for mayante na horom ne enfo yensan se demirifam esanse wo hwe chief justice aban pesu oyi no me de me hu ni se ayamonyosem enti nyina yensore waka na Ghana yenka bibi emfa enkire aban no Miskos Pelele Kaswa aka Dr. Bawumia beba 2028 that in fact chief justice onye biboni bia enti ni fa ni bira mani biem say yenyi na di suspension enti enyi suspension ifiri ho na wo meje na dwuma Urumanyafo mevisa wakum se nka NPP National Women's Organizer na Urumanyafo Sylvester Tete NPP General Secretary Hope for was he enchia enko enfama mo teacher Kwadwo Tapanya na susu was he chief justice epese yi na de so ne de na ye campaign promise eno so na aban ba ya wo yi emede me bonjo so enchia nkoma JFK Kuka enu owura wusu bempa enchia so constituency chairman Hope for won so de a wo de ebetu mu eno no mensa Majid Makenka kitni na nakwamwa munyina no Makenka mo de ko mensa pillar 2 was a fantastic news wo do me pillar 2 ena wutie kasebo no Urumanyafo Haji Safia Mohammed next NPP National Women's Organizer Hope for Ura Bright Sylvie Kumi ye Kumi sanity National Vice first vice Komensa Plateau say o cha papa Mensa Majid Makenka wo dia dada mo amode mo dia ba nyina no akisimi se hweba kwa ma memfa wo dia nsore so was chief justice wan kasa ne awoye no edua bi na aduaba na wo dua ye no eno so ba na wutwa na wasa friends ntwerefo nhia mu se ekiri mu wa bra wo no ye mranimfo nyina panyina nanim ye no unim se etiamra yo na wan kasa no sebi ase bosi akune ope eno de ni tiji akirema ade ye agya okwan osi aka menwom ba ko ene na wo pe no so no won sabe ka pa ene wo de eno so eba betum wo madwenkyira mo de aba ne dos ba first half no ma memfansi hanom ye koba second half no ne aka munyina no me de beto aso edi amamo ye twe ho abasisi a
enano kemenu ka kitikiti nanka yanti asem de esan ayar sabi okoye na emergency nya adwuma akosunsu ni cesarean no amazo hospital adwuma efo no amakra in Semwo world we intina de bia misisu bia say fa ho bo St Michael Specialist Hospital woni St Michael Specialist Hospital there bambo kesie pa nene won dia asem de namu won say senior Ghana for ho behinha wonti won the discounts at all services sunyina me kire say won ate so kakra TB general consultation what is 50%, bed charges also 30%, ICU 20%, surgery beyond sukitani discount. Intimentary transfer kra for 055-447-4210 and now call Monsieur Wabekala Pass apprentice potechriwa. St. Michael Specialist Hospital, exceptional care, exceptional comfort, every patient, every day.
I hereby declare 1st of July of every year as Ghana's official National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving.
Yes, it's the National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving. And for when you're small, we don't. And now, Busia Frimo. We name Ra. I was here then Pibon last year. And by your young couple name. Jumedia Ebaso on the 1st of July. The National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving. Theme Madraso. And reflect, reset, and renew for national prosperity. So ye Christoni, Muslimini, and now son and anomo. Yenina ye boom. Me a bomb paye. Asrenya sanim dear. And the Mayan penny for. I want Dane the Mayan Mabuno. Nia 3 year GM Puntionistica. And the Magana Dishena. Kayo, said date no. Aya Benada. 1st July 2025. Yabeya Christopher Som. 8 a.m. I was State House Nanim Pay. Na Yevia. Yakwa National Mosque. Kanda 12:30 p.m. Near the Union Muslim for Sonso. Episo. Shannon so. Asumi. Ebekoso o Matam na Mesna Hodua. I want my Ganamo. The National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving. On my back on Kabomu. I want Paibo. And I jajim.
Ye best wana ebe Christopher Paibo ne se. Obebo modin atenasi anopanon sun pepepe. Wana eba nkremofo Paibo no sun modin se obetenasi non dumie nu pepepe. From back in the day, when Afro hair was trending and children had to queue to play Kojo's video game, Fun Milk was always irresistible. Today, it's the after-school source of refreshment for you stuck in traffic and for us looking to cool off under the sun. The invitation is always that sound. So, whatever your choice, Fun Milk quality product keeps you cool and refreshed. Fun Milk triggers so much fun and excitement with just a blast of a horn. Fun Milk, spreading joy to everyone. This advert is FDA approved.
Tune it in, turn it up,
Peace FM,
and rip off the knob.
Ghana this year mamunyina jubie mama kwa basumdwe fie peace enwumreka sebo ana masugu so amuti ne yadurusu yi aye 2074 Ghana this week nsem bi to dwana watwe mu ne diti yesi nkoso yesai akaka ho biem na aseda no enkoma 2074 back kidney infection hepatitis B and C menstrual pains STD sa 2074 na mekan fo de amawo na endemu yarewa hodo no aya na opet 2074 no anonom wo de abadada pebi na nonom aya na se bia himfi ho no keka pa be ma ya na obema mu no emu keka wo pe 2074 na nonom wo pese obo ho be ya no mansa na wakwa agoprama so wo konso na wo ba na wanom eno no endemu yarewa hodo nyina na wesi ano kwan candidiasis what and say dey point through 2074 papa aya na obusu hini wo high blood pressure ni sugar no wo hia 2074 en kan fro no bana no odin pe 2074 ye mukro osa no 2074 timi papa enkuda no prostate liver infection fatigue and chronic cough nyina no mekanfo 2074 ediama we ni adwumako eso yasene se nsem bi to dwa na watwi mu ne yensi ne koso na yenka kai ho afei yempo emfa enwuramwe na watwimu na Ghana mampanyin Ghana this year Ghana PAC owura John Dramani Mahama kasa ye editudwa se abuase nyina no e won hyehye ye bisi afibia mu no ye bebobo sika no na emofra ye dia so manum na abo mo ho ban afiri yare wa hodo ho na wo sika ye hwe ni mu wiase nyina afie besi mu no a be ye $9 billion enye sika wa na so nyina mu no wo hwe ni mu so my Ghana be ye chefa dia boase na e be na nru ne wo se yenso yensaka etimi wo my Ghana mu no etimi wie peyo.
Let me put the Gavi replenishment in context. Gavi is seeking to spend $9 billion over the next 5 years from 2026 to 2030, and that is to immunize 500 million children across the world. These children's life will be safe to grow up to become the scientists, engineers, nurses, teachers, and doctors of tomorrow. This morning while I was lying in bed, I did the research, and I realized that one B-2 Spirit bomber that dropped bombs on Iran recently cost $2.13 billion. If you work the math, what Gavi is seeking is the value of 4 of those B-2 bombers. Surely the world can afford the value of 4 B-2 bombers to save 500 million children. It's a choice we have to make. It's a choice we have to make between taking lives and saving lives. And I'm sure that we will save lives instead of taking lives. And so on behalf of the children of Ghana, I say thank you to Gavi. I say thank you to all who have pledged today.
Ghana mampanyi owura John Dramani Mahama na watwimu wodi ensemu yi etudwa Salamati kuku apentel and wodi amaneboyi ebesomo yen
na watwimu na His Majesty King Meswati ya wotoso emiensa ya chese wono free Eswatini na yese ohin popopa ewo ho ode enanna ensra hye ebepie mu ewo man kronkron Ghana ene enya asem kotwa ebra okopie mu ewo Kotika International Airport no Chief of Staff Yewura Julius Debra ena ekohia no ejina wo mampanyi John Dramani Mahama enemu nebra okopie mu ewo abankesie mu o mampanyi John Dramani Mahama ema na kwa abase
of African unity over and over again. Unfortunately, the dream was not realized in his time, but I think that it behoves on us, the leaders of today, to do whatever we can to bring our countries even closer together. Today, we are happy to have signed the African Continental Free Trade Area Protocol, and that allows us to be able to ship goods and services into each other's markets. And so your visit and the bilateral discussion that will take place after will form the framework for the cooperation that exists.
Na enuachi no Ken Meswati a wotoso emiensa so ka se nani ji ajepa nani so said ye woman kronkron Ghana itumi se omampanyi ne Ghana fo asiaje ne fefefe no nani aso.
So many things have come out of here. The leaders have put frameworks for all of us in Africa. The establishment of the OAU, we are aware that Ghana has played a very big role, especially in terms of everything was being started. Now, of course, the OAU has transformed to becoming an African Union that is trying to transform the people of Africa, make Africa a place of great opportunity.
Ensemi Salamat kuku apento ene dia maniboyi ebreye.
Na watwimu na Ghana Civil Society Forum ase Ghana mampanyin Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agima kasa wase na ne kase no na wotirim se aban nyum ekwa hodo atena ya hodo no aban no wonhwe na wonhye mu kenane moa na ne dwumadie enkoyie.
Development financing is not just about money. It is about power and agency. That is why civic action must be central to our vision of development financing. Civil society, social movements, traditional leaders, youth groups are the youth here, women's associations, academics, and individuals are co-creators of change.
Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agima ya Ghana mampanya bedi chire anana watwimu wodi ensemu itudwa wa Ghana Civil Society Forum dwumadie ase Patricia Sefafe shine na ya wansan from wana manibo enie
na watwimu a ena o mampanyi abedi chire Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agiman akasa ese womu a womu aye omu adwense yetu omu fose nrubo ne hu dwede womu nyaye a womu mpese womu ebedi omejai na kwa na ombekoso adi nrubo ne hu dwa no wo se aban no aye krado se wobetu womu so esa no the sansem way to dra International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking eno say wa we do say ndubon hu dwatumfo nyesa aban ne so mu amra no ene ubedi nyonyo.
We have made significant gains in the fight against conventional narcotic drugs such as cocaine, heroin, cannabis, through demand and supply interventions. However, today we face a more complex challenge as drug trafficking and organized crime syndicates have shifted to include synthetic opioids. Ghana is investing in practical preventative solutions to address the root causes of substance abuse. Permit me, therefore, to commend the Narcotics Control Commission for their dedication. Their recent operations, both independent and with international partners, have resulted in the seizure of large volumes of illicit substances and dismantled criminal syndicates.
Omampanyi abedi Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajiman, Patricia Sefa Fisher, and Odi Sansem we ebesom yen.
Na watwimu na maku a womra sebedwa fie ekọ Ghana mampanya abedi na so na prof de to nanim se wonyina no wonhwe hu ni se ema obeso wona sene kakran obeto mpeso ahodo so na ma so betimadi ye ne watumpon ewo abrabomu.
We can focus on the young ladies. There are enough in our constituencies that we can build up. But at the same time, we're also looking at the young children, boys and girls. We are mothers to everyone, and therefore we need to be mindful of that.
Nana Opoku Ajimanene Enye. Na nekasa chire no dom kuma banu dani abedi chire. Orumanya for Patricia Piajeyi enso ekasebi.
We are very proud of the numbers we have now. Have what? Yes, we have done very well. 40. It's not a joke. And you all know what it takes first to put yourself out, to sustain the momentum and to get there. So
Penyane ne etwagu yeyi eye dom kuma no banu dani abedi chire. Orumanya for Patricia Piajeyi, Patricia Sefa Fisher na manipo enie.
Na Chief Justice Gertrude Toko no nense ne se ye no asinchi a wo mo eye nense mu hwehwemu ene wakasa na otwi mu se wono se obi ye na adwen se wono be resign enne no a resign achi na anya ade a wo be ye sa no no fi se kwan ya mo fa so edi na asem no emfamra kwan so.
Well be that the efforts being made are intended to frustrate me so that I resign, so that the architects of the scheme can go back into the media and say that the wild and unfounded allegations were not defended because they were true and I had no defense to them.
Na enwachi no Chief Justice Gertrude Toko no so ekasa ye say wano bra na ni abrese ohwema tentene akoso no enye onu nti onemo atemuafo aka se da dachi akoma bi wo nso mfa sa ha we ya mu enu nti na opesa tentene eye adwuma.
My humble view is that Ghana has come too far in the 33 years of the Fourth Republic not to be concerned about the unconstitutionalities that have been designed not to affect just me personally as Chief Justice, but all judges and public officers subject to removal processes of Article 146.
Enwachi no eno ose ebi mu ehwehwura no pa efrefre no say I won resign na so de omo ye no pa de won ti kra so dogo bi enu abe.
The final and fourth reason for this statement is that I have heard on several occasions from loved ones, persons who care, persons who may not know me beyond my public duties, and many who think that since these proceedings seem to be carefully staged to result in my removal as Chief Justice, I have also received threats and veiled threats to the effect that if I fail to resign or retire voluntarily, I will be made to suffer some harm or the other.
Onipa yete ninkan suspended Chief Justice Gertrude Toko no.
Na ensemu a suspended Chief Justice of France Central for mu na wodi tu dwa no ena penyina okasa de ma aban no nyamfo Felix Ofosu kwache ono so kirem se anamonto na abani tu no onfa amra ne nto nchen ena ono so namba bi o amra kwaso trodo no nam enti nsema amaame no of France Central for mu di tu dwa no yembongu ne kure bi anim.
In terms of confidentiality, the president has acted strictly in accordance with the constitution. At no point in time has the presidency put out anything in any way, shape, or form that remotely resembles any of the contents of the petition. And the only communication that has gone out on this matter have been about the steps that the president has taken in accordance with the 1992 constitution.
Na enu atire no enu orumunyanfo Felix Ofosu kwati chirim se won kwati awote baabi ye di ma asem no na menemu ofa neti ho ene yakunu enti no o se esimusan.
This government and President Mama have nothing to do with the claim of any judge. Second, there's absolutely no nexus between the petitions that have been brought and that unfortunate incident in our past. So any effort to link the two is regrettable and should not find space in this sort of discourse.
Onumunyanfo Felix Ofosu kwache kasa de ma ban ana na watwi mu wode ensemu yi etuja.
Na wo Chief Justice Sensemu a eno na Kane Deputy Attorney General Dina Dapanso akasa se Chief Justice Ejinasi a wasi se on resign na obehwe ama peripeyo akoso no wo se ofua no so ne kwan so ano no.
Me se eneme respect am wo mama me no akona ni pa. That the swawa near the house. Me say Chief Justice Ejumadi na the man no. I asudi enye ono justice tokon and be amakasa se mo be for the purpose of our democracy.
And what you know, Mranimni Akwesi Abuaje Buamanso Ekasa ese. One the officer petition ya womode komo mampenyi nya no nko aso no mugina na womode ayi Chief Justice nemo no ofifi osusu se ensem bi wo ho a yenim.
Obeni ubisa ma adini pa meka cho se nye enu ti nombre so mutuma but eye ehu bi ni suru bi a ene no ma bi e course bi a mu fi se ankoyi enti no mo de yesade what ma say enti no asem no ho ka is opportunity kro no I say ate obi suru obi no e wo ba bi se obi tuma yesi
constitutional lawyer Akwasi Buaten Buama nene ena yete yi
na Chief Justice ho sensem wan na watwi mu Manchester South Mrasi Bedwani Urumunyanfo nana Ejebafo awua ono so ka se kire mu se wo Chief Justice ho sensem sani atene general wo si ahenhampa na wayere ne macho ne bonyo so.
So, in going into the hearing, what then is the Chief Justice going to answer to? She's completely in the dark. Irrespective of what we think of her, irrespective of our views, let's put ourselves in her shoes. It is simply a case of calling the cat a bag and hanging it.
Onumunyanfo na Ejebafo awua ya Mrasi Bedwani de ma de hye wo Manchester South na watwi wode ensemu yi etudwa William Gentu eni Emmanuel Akole no de ama ne boyfriend Mrasi Bedwafi ebesom yen
Dom kuma ba no deni wonobo afenyo makenso akasa ese wonti ase de nam so aban no wodi holiday amendment bill no wakopiem awor Mrasi Bedwafi ese a certificate of urgency no wose nyamianim no kwani wonti ase kra.
It gives the impression that the resetting the calendar, as we were told, has been taken to a point where the resetting of the economy and governance is merely a symbolism, and the government is not in any way determined to rescue us. Mr. Speaker, certificate of urgency is an extraordinary tool intended for critical, time-sensitive legislation.
Na enwachi watu aso no se wonti asie munsu nna ho de ntikura aban no ewo ma holiday aya ade a ehia no no wopem ne wonti asie.
Finance Minister will introduce it during the budget hearing. When he submitted the budget statement, this was conspicuously missing. Till date, we don't have the 24-hour economy bill. Where is it? That is a bill that would have created jobs, as you promised. One job, three shifts. Many of our youths are not getting jobs. You have not prioritized it, and then you come here, you say holiday.
Onipa yete ninken dom kuma ba no dani wonobo afenyo maken yenuanum William Gentu ani Emmanuel Akole ene de amane boy free Mrasi Bedwafi ebreye
na watwe mu na panyin okasa de ma ban wura Felix kwachefo so di tudwa sa ban ba ye ndi chebi gold board nhyehyɛ a wodi gu apono so no abo papa Ghana sika sem anya na apagina so ene ye sika be $4 billion e de free gold board dwumadi mu.
Exchange rate is the biggest indicator of economic prudence. This was in the same lecture where he said the exchange rate will expose you if the fundamentals are weak. It is the duty of government to manage the exchange rate. So if you mismanage it and your currency crashes, and by that reason your debt balloons, it is your responsibility. You are
Ora Felix kwache wofosu na wodi ensemu yi etudwa William Gentu ni Manuel Akwale wana mani boniye
Titirani a wono eda mrashe bedwefie abedwokwa wo mhwe apomudin ensem so Dr. Mark Nawane na wakasa ese wo hwe ohawo a Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwife Association wo mo si wo mu efamu no wo si committee na ekrado so mhwe na o maka ensem no ama ano asi anase aba awieye.
At the end of the meeting, the Ministry of Finance requested for some time to state their demands and carry out an economic and financial impact analysis and report back. It is within this context that a meeting was rescheduled for 2 weeks. That is today, the 26th of June 2025. As we speak now, the demands of the nurses have been converted into monetary terms, and there's a need for a preliminary meeting between the Ministry of Health, the Health Committee, and the Ministry of Finance.
Onipa yetin nken titirani a wada mrashebedwa kuwa wo mohwe apomudi ensem so Dr. Mark Nawane yenuanom William Gentu na afei susu Imano Akoli na di amanebo ifri mrashebedwa fi ebesom ye na wotwe mu
na watwukro ya mu ana savlugu mrashebedwani wurumanyamfo Fatayi Abdulaziz wojina dom kuma na mudi tudwa se Bank of Ghana adwumafo nipa be ye wo ha be yapam wo mo no obesere yensanfo mo adwuma mu biem.
And we will not waver. We demand, 1, immediate reinstatement. The Bank of Ghana must restore every single dismissed worker to their rightful positions without any further delay. Their appointments were lawful, their terminations were not. 2, accountability from the governor. The governor of the Bank of Ghana must face Parliament and explain this heartless abuse of power.
Oromanyamfo Fatayi Abdulaziz savlugu mrashebedwani na wotwe mu gina dom kuma na mu adi ensemu yi etudwa Manuel Akwale ni William Gentu wana mane boniye.
Minority Whip was so ye ensawom adwoagiri mrashebedwani Frank Anodom Prenso ana wakasa na wotwe mu ese Bank of Ghana governor wo mu dwumadi a wo mu edie ni nyina efa adwumayefo bi mu a yapam wo mu no wo se ehu behia pa se wo mu ebefa wo mu adwuma mu ebium.
There are other important matters that should be dealt with. We can't talk about them in plenary. So let's schedule Honorable Atuforsen, one of our own. These days he has not been coming to the House. I don't know why. Speaker, Honorable Atuforsen should be here. Committee of the Whole. I am not talking about plenary. He should come to Committee of the Whole. Who said that? He should come to Committee of the Whole and brief us properly. So
na wey aye wo share Bank of Ghana staff na afei COVID-19 ene ho tariff increment no a ho nsem no na no achi no sansem no a na Honorable Mahama Ayarigan so ekasa efa ho.
And the tariff adjustments. You called on us to invite PURC, but I think that it is the Energy Minister and Green Transition that we should be invited to come and brief the House. So we'll make arrangements for the Minister to come, and when he comes, don't complain about politicization of the energy sector.
Emmanuel Akoli any William Gentu ene dia maniboi ebreye.
Aya Ghana for ni masem se bosumi ebesimile de dikan enkane abo ye pejam. Na no nam so na wotwi murumanyamfo George Kwame Aboaje di tudwa se hu behia. Se penyina wada PRC ku na no ye me no bepie mu wo mrase bedwe fiade ko die ntia ye tu nkane abo mu onkyere Ghana fo mu.
Mehwe ade nyoma ema electricity tariff ekosoro no emu bie ni wono ma akosoro emu bie ni wa akosoro wo hwe te say your gas price because your generation mix no term no is about 70%. Na say 70% you use gas nso nkosoro na say we catch them say crude oil crack kosoro because your system no it a double cycle.
Oromanyamfo George Kwame Aboaje abedwoku a hwe nyinam ho nsem so mrasebedwe fi oka ho bi ene na wotwe mogina dum kuma na mudi nsem yi etudwa William Gentu eni Manuel Akwale wona manepo enie.
Na kania ni mu tumuno a na Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry penyipa wada womo ano Mike Bedu Aboaje enso akasa e de afa ho ese wo hwe ntumu a PURC e de aba na benya nsunsuanso e wo niema yeye e wo man yi mu.
Inflation, you know, about 18.3 this year. And the exchange rate, you know, you send us to the so a whole day a possible. And the end, the Nanka, there is a Anka, issue Oman to Sono. At least in electricity and Sono, what I is, you know, in Kamu and to Sono, at least business sponsor, you want high and
Na panyipa wada Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry Yera Mike Bedu Abwaje nene enayetiye.
Na enyina monkani abua mpenfo ya nese bosu ebesi machase ehura kosoro no. Enam so makwankyere fo Sikad International kuna na mu abibire matoye. Owura apia kusiado makona wotwumi kasa ye kire mu se ne bonyo so. Emu ewa bibrem atoye na wotwi mu wode ensemu yi atuja.
Kanema mpanyi His Excellency John Ajekum Kofo akasade ato MPP amanyokuo no anim se wo hya akwanya MPP amanyokuo mpanyifo abeto wo se wo mo epese wo mo ayi obi obetu frank ade ama wo mo no eno no so wo mo enhwe na akwanya ababeto wo no wa wonim se obetimi akono wako na wo jai se wo complaini wo kasakasa wo se ebasa emwa omonka omuhumbom se de be a party no ebetimi afa ne tumapa afra.
These days, young people, I see so many of you here. You complain, oh, the youth, this party doesn't give you. No, you must try to go in and contest. Don't expect anybody to give you anything on the favor platform. A party must be united. We must be reconciled. But if we go in with swollen egos, and this, I'm entitled, it's my turn. If you say that to yourself, the next man will also say that to himself, or the next woman. So why do we get the unity? And without the unity, how can you call yourselves a party?
Onipayati ninken Kanema mpenyi John Ajekum Kofo.
Na watwi mu na beti fimra se bedwani Dr. Brian Achampon di tuja. Se na kopon ya adom MPP fo bia apono na wo pe Franka Tuni a obegina bidodo.
A week ago they brought home their report. We've reviewed the report. Largely aligns with what I set out to do. There were a few things that I also have to align with the party and then with the aspirations of the country.
Dr. Brian Achampon na watwi mu wodi ensemu yi etuja.
Na watwi mu ena ebeto edwa se 220 former MMDCs wo mode wo support ede ama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia efa se wo press opese otu franka ema MPP amanyoko no.
Obi ko ba ko a enye likely say o wini enti yensa ma Bawumia the second chance no one san ko biom
ama me feel say as a party eni so ade hu na ekita yen ne say de na epese esiesie oman no o hwe na na montuo ne kasa wadi mu kan a kire say onim the challenges ni yie
na chese MMDCs ni bi ya chese wo mode wo support edi ama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wo ne na yetiye Pius Bedu Bansen ne edi ama ni boy ebreye
enka ne mensini eni kupon na musifo a wode wona chita ama Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia no penyin wode wona no se dean urumnya for Richmond Amponsa ja benjine mu say ne kwan so ano no
Nako ijaso akotono na yepe ilipa eduonu ne chepo baako no matono ilipa ohanana ebeto ade no ilipa aduanan baako ebeto ye enti mijitu se ye mana akwanya diem na isakotona se enam kra edi ko jaso ba bia ahuye no se ye huni ye a ebetwenya ilipa edu abeka onye twenya eduonu baako na omato ade amano na nia oyehwe no nzaka ye wompanifo atwotworo e party ma obi biara a obeyiti no ana wayiti no ofata se obetumi atu party ni franka ana edi party akọ ikwirudiem wo 2028
Onumanyam for Richmond Amponsa eja ben o edin edema yenka ne kupon ne mensina na musifo na watwi mu wode ensemu yi etuja
na watwi mu adwadifo a wo wo Kumasi Central Business Area na wo mode wo support ama Dr. Yao Osei Aduchum se wo mo afise so no etu frank ama MPP amanyoko no ebeboa pa eno na adwadifo yi bi ede eto MPP delegate anim se nyame ayado no mo koto aba no a wo mo ntoma Dr. Yao Osei Aduchum
Sante man legal na man ya baba yantu ma pa frenti yantu ma abama obia onim die na oju nipa ho sadia ebeye na education no ya be continue na ya ye delegate for ya framo won to na no so ya ditu no mra no oju nipa ho no so na ya free education na ye
Ajadifo a wo Kumasi Central Business Area na wo mode wo support ama Dr. Yao Osei Aduchum.
Yanka bi nhemu ne nya ne ntie se FBI fo abaye ka e wo Ghana etiti nkofu bi akọ. Na watch mu foreign affairs minister Munyanfo Samuel Okudzeto Black achirim se Ghana eni America eni ye ne betimi bi ade abota saafo no he do mo beko.
In terms of deportations, as I told Parliament last week, we have been cooperating with U.S. authorities. We have so far been formally notified of 188 Ghanaians on President Trump's deportation list. And our embassies in New York and Washington have been complying with our counterparts in the United States. And so far, travel certificates are promptly issued once we see the evidence and it's clear that you really are in violation of U.S. law.
For Samuel Okuja to Ablakwa, Ghana for so woho. Na ye deport to 188 in so no. Most mo ho se ye gua pono so wa ye beje mo jojo. E okutuka.
Na enu ensem no a optimi say US aban na ni abrenya asem ketwa no ena soafo a wo hwe amano ne ensem so honorable Samuel Okuja to Ablakwa so akasa US aban ese adisuafo a omo visa so omo kosua ade no student visa no omo kwa omo ma o entizisi ano de US aban se so omo anhwe yi a wo pese okosua de awa amano ne visa no yemfa ma o.
The US officials have communicated to us that the challenge we face really relates to overstays, particularly with students, the students who we have been sending abroad. So students who go on government scholarship and also students who on their own apply to study in the United States.
Onipayetini nkei amanane swafo Honorable Samuel Okuja to Ablakwa.
Na wana wonya visa so wonko sua de wo kwa no do ho aka nwura wadi aduro won samba biem ne nam soma na wotwe mu president of the National Union of Ghana Students NUCS ekuna no edi to just say wo besere pa se utie ye visa no saka bi ko sua de na wi a sanbra
nti for NUCS no your position no ensesa ye patre say students should always look at the bigger picture o kwa brucha ko sua de a. The main aim is to come back and help your nation, to build your nation. America never work on more microphone actually crew no. Nti yen so I was say share senior be ya kwa e be wa be bone actually crew no.
Ora Daniel Bochi, or your president of the NUCS ekuna na wotwi mu audience mu itu dwa na o me obene wa ene de amane boy ebesom ye.
Na wotwi mu ya chose ohene a wo Eswatini Meswati otoso emiensa ebepie mu ewo man kronkron Ghana mu eno wo se wo hye Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ne modebo a wobo ena fe nsuso ahemfo empanyifo a wo mo ewo Ghana mutimi buaye ma African Union yete ye no eya ade a aboa pa.
Our two nations have been, of course, friends for a long time, and this is evident by presence of many Ghanaians in the kingdom of Eswatini. They have also come to pursue academics and careers in different fields here in Ghana.
A king of Eswatini, Meswati, ya wotoso emiensa nene ena wotiye.
Na wana wo wie school sa chere for 2022. Na wachi wona dwuma ase na so aketuama eni wonko kwa papa na watwi mu koye ka e Ghana Education Service for akache na owura Eric Dafo na watwi mu ene wo hene wa kese bo ahwetwe nkomo na wotirim se enkoti se ne wo hware mu firi abanche na aban be ye de amo de ene Education Service wo hono mo be shepito baako.
Yeba no Deputy Director General no eni yen bekasai na asamo beka ya ne se onimie na onimie nti ayaba eno ndi die ye wa ye be ye bia no yen kwotro na ye famra amunumu wa ye gina so e conference ye petition e de baye na ni ye gina ho twen sanka omo a ye de abra omo no omu bi beba beka se e bi omo nsa Canada say ne da say e bia yen hia om ne yenye ho adwuma but obi a bia ma
Ora Eric Dafo ena na watwi mu odi ensemu yi etudwa.
Na watwi mu achechefo mu kopie mu awo Ghana Education Service ebetodwa se na omode omonsa keka ebimu eno ena oswafo ohwe enwomasua ensem so wonabo Haruna Idrisu akasa se sansem no kura bia enim.
Mr. Speaker, is despicable lie that someone died. I challenge him to produce any dead body that he may have in his possession or the possession of any person. It's despicable lies. Nothing of that sort happened. There was no injury, no hurt. Mr. Speaker, this morning, even before coming to this house,
Onipayete nken ngumasua suafo Honorable Haruna Idrisu.
Musumfo Sadat Muhammad Mene.
Mame akosia etonam.
Madwen kire na yede esore kasebo no eso. Ayi na on say Ahenka Football Academy oko Eastern Regional 15 teams ye per 5 pe na o ma qualify by Division 2 Ahenka Football Academy by 6 months ni o ma qualify by Division 2 na chese o modern bono editwam metie na mabi manum enti 15 teams aye per 5 pe na ya promote o ma by Division 2 no Ahenka Football Academy 6 months pepe ni ya wo no onya afekra na so bono ho modern a qualify abepiem ewo Division 2 enti Ahenka Football Academy players ni nyina yeba mutirin kwa sanso na musiwo wodi Ahenkan kwam ye boa ono so yema nitirin kwa papa nyakopon koso na wonhyira Ahenkan Football Academy na fantastic over for Sehwi Asanyo so o se Ghana your problem kese pa no munim bibi NPP na ye problem pa se di ni ye dede NPP for say omo na dum so dia aba mo say NDC asembwe mutibu we edos ma mentwanity e bre na ye be amisko spelele makenka no anane kunsu ko odi okuru mo si peace news papa ba ko pe edamu yopo abin bless die nie man say that Sehwi benchema ka se bona ye deja wa ha otia ye tie nya asem ketwa o so ma Ghana ye wo kwantwa papa nya asem ketwa independence ko na nkofo bi ma imagine okisikisi penifon sori waka na Ghana ha say ne yanso so sa ade no so ena ono so di betu mu ko mensa makenka fantastic makenka adwenkyere na bodi abadobo amanfo di bekempe na seda enkonfama 2074 papa ni phones Sehwi yoso ene o my Ghana bedi pa na won so twere ye odi betu mu na makenkan edi amawoyi wa ba tena ase amwa kwa ba kidney infection at 2074 na mekanfo de amawo eboa papa be ma no meye oban so no meye nom na efa bo ho ban free yarewa ahodo ho 2074 kwa atwaniti ase opeti 74 hepatitis B and C di nipa nya se kum ni papa chen HIV kwa 2074 na no numbi betu ase ho ahoto beba menstrual pains 2074 na mekanfo de amawo minua ba endemu yarewa ahodo 2074 candidiasis white and ase odi poa wonya 2074 na no mo a ituase hu aya na obusu hini wo high blood pressure and high blood sugar wo ka sen kefro no mu bana na no wodi wo sa yemukuro no ya se kuro beda ho ache ntumi nkokokofo no wonya 2074 na no mo a ebekọ pasa wa fa bom na fa befe fa kuro no so na ansa pe obehu ni se kuro na asase mo mo wura no kura betu afofra ba kama pa liver infection fatigue and chronic cough wonya 2074 efie bia mu mpe 2074 nsi ho no na ansa no na numu ho no University of Ghana pen for COVID-19 na asase bi sori bi sa no kopɛ 2074 na fasi fie etu ase kra etu ase wonya bi so bɛbɔ ho ban 2074 we no ho boni pedua no ho ban no pa no bi awia no bi anyubire no numbi na ɛbɛbɔ papa anyi kro gin se nsuo hwegu kra kuruwa mu ɛbɔ wo hwene a wobɛhu ni se ampa ɛyaduro na emu mani de kro gin se nsuo ɛno ne adura mekanfo de ma wo adwuma ko ina soya se ne se na wotwe bi mu no ɛse mediti yɛn kaka yɛ ho 2074 ko pharmacy ho no matwaniti a se wo peti 74 frame penny 0246 073 498 0246 073 498 and answer 0501 628 931 0501 628 931 kasebona sise no kwemu atene DJ Young Boy the party mix etwaso edi amamo mo enitia enyado
So penny,